Clearly not too scarred, I don't think, from yesterday's events.
Yeah, yesterday he opened with 112 average, didn't he, Kim Huybrechts? And that really did lay down the marker, give him that confidence to go and conquer all. Have to give credit to Alan Soutar in this leg. Faced a 180 opener from Daryl Gurney, but has left 81 after 9 himself.
It's been a cracker of a leg, this one. Well, 12 for an 11 darter. And now Suits might be punished wide of the mark, and Daryl Gurney, 46.
Back to double 16. Well, I wonder if that is a sign that actually he has had this kind of favouring of double 18 of late.
14.
And I wonder if that was autopilot Daryl Gurney that threw the first start, and then he realised, I could have left that double.
I was convinced he was going to go for the 10 first of all, and it's another wasted chance, and Suits needs to go inside. So close to the double 6, but Daryl Gurney offered the chance to get the first break of throw.
Well, he had a little look at Alan Soutar then as well as he walked back. He won't throw until he's ready. You can see the frustration from the Scotsman, and Gurney again just looking across towards the match official Andrew Davis there. Second batch of seeds, if you like, starting first. Well, so far all of the results that have come through have seen them win.
41.
6 players through, all of them seeded between 17 and 32, and Daryl Gurney looks set to make that 7. Gabriel Clemens, James Wade, Chris Dobie, Kim Huybrechts, Adrian Lewis and Callan Ritz all through to round 2.
Match start incoming, maybe. Oh!
80.
Well, he didn't quite Robin Hood it, but he wasn't far off.
His darts are that long, if he Robin Hooded it, he wouldn't have to walk down the hockey to retrieve them.
Yeah, it's 3 javelins he's throwing at the board. Soutar
25.
can't narrow the gap, so Gurney will have match darts now. Now this is 60 from Gurney. Is he going to do his magic trick where the dart lies flat? Yes, he is.
Yeah, maybe lost a little bit of control. It went towards the 5, but he'll be happy to have left it out of the way. And that trick does the trick for Daryl Gurney.
Well, it's not often you see players start on the 20s with 2.65, but Evans felt confident enough. Veenstra now lands his first maximum of the game. Treble 19 for Bull.
Well, it's another leg where Veenstra's throw was under threat, but now he's going to get the chance to keep the game on throw, and he's got 2 darts at double 16. That becomes 1 at double 8. Then he's done it out of nowhere. 180, 82 check out.
A little bit of a wild one.
58.
But again, that just offers hope, doesn't it, to Veenstra. Ricky Evans just keeps putting himself in positions to break the throw and keeps finding ways not to.
85.
Can he pull out a big finish here?
Treble 18. He wanted that for the Bull.
38.
And then he was looking for the Bull to leave double 18, and it's a horror bounce out off the wire. For the match then.
80.
Drags that low of the target.
But the miss, the bounce out, means that Evans may only get a dart at the bullseye himself. Scratch that, he gets 2 at double 16 and then 1 at double 8. And Evans hangs on. Well, time on his side for once here, Ricky Evans. No pressure at all from his opponent. Enabling him to go that route. But he's only left a 2 darter rather than a double.
136.
So for 5 apiece.
6.
More missed doubles, and Richard Veenstra, for a 3rd consecutive break, can break Evans's heart and advance into round 2, which he does. A 6-4 victory against Rapid. It was a case of too many missed doubles from Ricky Evans. He averaged 5 points higher than Richard Veenstra.
The problem is they did all deserve to be in. It's unfortunate there's another 6 or 7 that also deserve to be in.
Yeah, and I think that's the case, isn't it? And Aspinall had he not been in, I think there would have been equal controversy about him not being in than some of the players that were overlooked.
It's an annual tradition. I don't like the selections for a tournament that I promise I'm not going to watch anyway, so I'm going to get really angry about it on social media.
121.
He's acquitting himself well here. The 180 in each of the first 2 legs, but Bradley Brooks has kept up the pace with him.
Game shot.
And despite leaving 60 after 9 darts, he finds himself 2-0 down. Recovering from falling off the tour, only having £10 in his bank account and going on to make a World Championship semi-final, winning a title to turn the £10 into £10,000, and then recovering
85.
from injury to work his way back into big TV finals, back into the Premier League, back into winning form on tour.
Yeah, that would have been in Barnsley, wouldn't it, where he had to borrow a couple of quid to get his last tenner out of his account. There should be like a blue plaque above the cash point. Good guide for the bull, this. Great guide for the bull, and he's used it perfectly. Could be fireworks, because Nathan Aspinall is pushing hard here to get back in front.
Yeah, against a man as well in Bradley Brooks, who has won all of his first round matches so far this year.
140.
Had a run to the last 16 at PC1. Second round defeat to Rob Cross in PC2, and he was beaten by eventual semi-finalist Matt Campbell in round 2 yesterday after beating Dimitri van den Bergh, another Premier League player, in round 1.
12 segment now. Big dart. Oh, another bullseye finish for Nathan Aspinall. This one without any guide, any marker.
Yeah, both players who won't throw until they're absolutely comfortable. Nathan, well known for the reset. Brooks has exhibited that himself, but this has been an exhibition of 180 hitting from Nathan Aspinall, who now is poised to bring an end to an excellent encounter.
A majestic display from the Asp. Flying high in the Premier League. Looking like he's finding his top level. And this could be a magnificent year for Nathan Aspinall, because 2023 has started magnificently. A brilliant display from Bradley Brooks, but Nathan Aspinall just too strong in the end, sealed with a 14-darter on double 16. I don't know that answer.
Yeah, I think you probably can, because I've seen people post before that they have been watching 2 things, but whether they're doing that in their own creative way.
Through one of the many bookmakers partnerships that the PDC has established. Or they've got one of those, yeah, you know, the little USB thing. Yeah,
back to the darts.
Yeah.
Value for money PDC TV.
It is. Well, you've just seen the match play tickets flying out the door, and the vast majority of those, maybe all of them, have gone to people with priority subscriptions because they're PDC TV members. How about this? Kristoff Kachuk, double 18 for an absolute monster. How about that? Kristoff Kachuk is taking it to the European champion here. Congratulations here for Ross Smith, just trying to keep a lid on it.
And I can now confirm that Luke Humphries has been beaten in round 1. So the number 1 seed
39.
knocked out.
So the number 1 seed is out, and Gerwyn Price. So that's the 2 highest ranked players in the tournament. I think the world numbers 4 and 5, because we don't have Van Gerwen, Smith or Wright here. But we do have Kristoff Kachuk, and he's taken out 104 checkout. The last 3 legs, he's taken out 62, 156 and 104. Kristoff Kachuk, not in this leg, granted, but it has worked in 5 of the previous 6.
Well, he's going to leave a finish here.
81.
Told you.
Kind of want to see Kachuk have a go at the 170. Ross Smith doesn't.
19.
But he's got no choice. And Kachuk, 156, 104 in consecutive legs. A 170 to win the match, to complete an astonishing display of finishing. Ooh, not going to happen.
Well, Smith to take a step.
96.
He's lost the last 3 legs of this match. They're usually so good on this target. But if he comes in the same direction, then he would have got that dart in. But Ross Smith is cutting a dejected figure, and he might be about to be ejected from this tournament. The target he couldn't hit is hammered by Kachuk, who has hammered Ross Smith, the European champion, sent packing.
Jules Van Dongen's won his opening game. The American, the Dutch Dragon, has come through. As Dobie produces the first maximum of this one.
$99.
Oh, this is magnificent from Chris Dobie. 6 perfect darts, 180, 171. Could be a 10-darter for Hollywood.
94. Game shot.
That's exactly what he's got. Wonderful stuff. He was in danger of being broken in the last leg, survived a couple of darts, took out that 88 finish, no bother at all. And then a 10-dart leg from Dobie sees him 3-1 up. Simon Whitlock, the next player through to round 3, a 6-2 victory over Darren Webster, the Demolition Man. But in this one, it's Andy Bolton, who's having a little spell here, having gone 3-1 down to that 10-darter and a breaker throw. X Factor looked like he was in trouble.
92.
But Chris Dobie has dropped off significantly, and Andy Bolton has stepped things up. This for an 11-darter.
Game shot.
Magnificent. After 8 legs of that.
$100.
James Wade has beaten Matt Campbell despite averaging 9 points less than him. He's won it 6-4. Haven't seen the game, don't really know how it panned out, but I would imagine James Wade was taking out a lot of checkouts under severe pressure. 180, number 4 for Chris Dobie, and is he starting to turn the screw here? He was in trouble, lost 3 legs on the spin, trailed in this match. But a missed dart for 5-3 for Andy Bolton has just opened the door, and Dobie is looking to race through it. Oh, double 8 for a 12-darter. Yeah, wonderful. It's another little spell of 6 perfect darts from Chris Dobie there. Great visit. Andy Bolton should get a match dart. It may only be one at the bull.
83.
Dobie will be hoping to get a dart at the bull at the end of his next visit, if he's allowed back to the board, because Andy Bolton could win it right now. And Premier League player Chris Dobie is out of Players' Championship 4. Andy Bolton in a seesaw game. He trailed 3-1, led 4-3, trailed 5-4, and took the last 2 legs. Andy Bolton, X Factor, gets the job done. Martin Schindler is going to throw his 5th 180 here. Of course he is. Looks one of the most likely in the world, if the first dart is there, that he's going to follow it.
7 180s in 5 legs of darts. In a thoroughly enjoyable watch so far. And it's an absolutely perfect response from Martin Schindler so far, that is. Treble 13. Oh, what an unbelievable setup. 32. A 10-darter on the cards.
92.
Well, this for a 10-darter brings a little perfect sweet sequence to an end, but he finishes it in 11. With a bit of practice, I think it'd be a benefit to a lot of players. But Adam Smith-Neale, going about it the conventional way, it's not worked out in the finishing, but he continues to score brilliantly. This is a superb leg of darts. So it looks like we're going to go the distance here, because even a maximum from Schindler can't leave a finish.
104.
Fabulous response from Adam Smith-Neale. He does neglect tops for double 16. A choice that pays off, and we are going the distance by the big dog.
100.
His tail will be wagging now after getting back to 5 apiece. Schindler, though, in the ascendancy.
He's going to gamble, is he?
100.
You see, going for the bullseye there may have been the more sensible play. But when you group the darts as well as he does, you can understand if you've got a marker, you stay there. He'll start on the bullseye now, Martin Schindler. Treble 20. Double top. Oh, it would have been a 12-darter on throwing a last leg decider, and look where Smith-Neale is. This could go. This could go. Adam Smith-Neale to nick it. Oh, my days.
Wow, 3-figure checkouts apiece, and both of them 1 dart away. And Martin Schindler sensibly just pauses a moment. 3 darts at double 10 incoming. Now double 5. And Martin Schindler has nicked it. What a high-quality contest that was. A 1/80th between Schindler and Smith-Neale. Schindler ends with an average around about 98. Adam Smith-Neale will be feeling sick to his stomach. A ton was not enough. He has admitted that all the travelling to the Euro Tours has been to the negative effect of his game. He's a player who's going to pick and choose from now on. He's down to enter the first 2 in Kiel and Leverkusen. James Wade had to go to the qualifiers for those, but he came through both of them. For 3-0.
Game shot.
Ryan Searle pins that. And this has been one-way traffic so far. Well, Wade is getting frustrated.
135.
Yeah, well set up from Searle. Give us a max.
140.
Not quite.
Game shot.
That's usually what you see from Ryan Searle. Didn't like that last start. Well, Searle needs to be careful not to get embroiled in Wade's own frustration.
44.
Just needs to keep playing his game. But there is a deliberate slow pace, I think, about the way that he's retrieving his darts. 177 leaves double 10. He's just going to go for the 180. He may as well have done.
140.
He loves double 10, so double 15 not far away, but double 10 now for Ryan Searle. First time of asking, he closes the game out with a 13-darter, a 104 average from heavy metal. The machine needs a bit of attention because he just could not get going in that game.
6-3, Tony Martinez 6-1, Robbie Knops 6-3.
64.
As for Chizzy, well, he began his run to this stage with a 6-4 win against Kevin Burness, in which he averaged 103 and change.
5.
He then beat Jules van Dongen 6-4 and beat Ryan Meeker with 104 average and a 6-3 margin in the previous round. Double top, though, for Rock to take the first leg, and that's exactly what he does with a nice, neat 117 checkout. Beaten finalist at the Grand Slam of Darts. Beaten finalist at the Masters
140.
on more than one occasion. Of course, the BDO World Championship, the first big one back in 2010.
100.
World Grand Prix. Will 2023 be the year that Dave Chisner
60.
gets his big moment of glory? Well, he's already lost more points on the floor than he needs to win this leg. Great dart, great recovery. And he has a great mentality, Dave Chisnell, and he's shown it in that leg, because many players would have felt that the world was against them.
100.
But he does leave a finish. It would be some way to win the match, but he's not going to have to take it out in 3 darts.
140.
Just going to set it up.
95.
And all Rock can do now is try and pile on some kind of pressure.
134.
Choices here, maybe treble 12 for Dave Chisnell. That's what he does. 36 to leave, 36.
Game shot out.
And Dave Chisnell progresses through to the quarterfinals here at Players Championship 4.
Just gets his arm there, just the same every time.
I'll tell you what, he fancied it, didn't he? Because you can see his shake of the head after missing that 4th dart. 5 out of 6 ain't bad, but Cullen wanted something special.
139.
They're all desperate to give me my first 9 darter, no doubt. Glenn, it's not about you no more.
Would be nice for you if it was Jim Williams' mind, wouldn't it?
40.
I might let you have the last word if it was that was the case, Glenn.
I'm running out of defence with I think I gave me enough stick when I was winning that. All of a sudden now they give me a back and I'm running out of defence, certainly against Kristoff. Anyways, Joe looks at double 16 again. I've been taught a little bit about longevity in the game, and I for one know it's, you know, when you're having this purple patch like these two players are certainly having, you know, certainly Jim anyway, how difficult it is to do it year after year. And Joe Cullen's just making the game look so easy. And what a future he's still got. I mean, he's won big titles, he's won big floor events, but he just seems to be getting better and better, and that's something that has to be applauded.
And that 5th maximum in this match takes his tally for the day to 20. Joe Cullen.
And if you want to just put that into context, I had 15 for the whole of last year. You can laugh, honestly.
I was going to say so did I, but I didn't want to rub it in.
Jim's going to use tonight. It's a fantastic set, which puts the pressure. And sometimes we've seen Gurney do something special because, and the way that is sitting up, it's not ideal. So what Joe does, he moves across the hockey, widens the bed, he sees it a little bit more. We talked about players who seem to get better when they get that last 32 stage, and then they're good. And Chizzy's one of them, isn't he? You know, the longer the day goes on, the sort of the better the chance. But I mean, I've just watched Dirk van Duivenbode play, absolutely insane with 7 180s. What does Joe Cullen do? Hold my court, Dirk.
125.
Yeah, and threatening to post a similar kind of average as well, Joe Cullen here. 7, you say? How about 8?
180.
Filth.
$100.
And I think Jim will go back and his assessment of this, you know, I couldn't do an awful lot more. As Joe Cullen looks for the ball for the match. What a sensational game. Absolute, disgustingly good 8 180s. It doesn't really give him a... Yes, it gives him a 2-darter, but 90's far from a gimme. And Ryan probably thought he's not in this leg of darts, but that last dart at the treble 20 there makes this 90 doubly difficult. That's a surprising way of going. Hence, I don't know if you noticed Ryan's response to that.
65.
Well, the fact that he's just had the bounce out, the first dart, that ball nearly bounced out as well. It was hanging by a thread. 20 for tops, then for Searle for a double break. That was even lower than the single 20. Surprising from Ryan Searle that he's not been as clinical there. We're only 2 legs into the game, but Dave Chisnell's average is standing at 73.
17.
He won't be getting any better now.
Any thoughts of Ryan wanting to win all day with 100 averages? Will be forgotten right now. All he wants to do is get to the final, get past Chizzy. Anywhere near this game, but this is the moment where he needed 2 trebles, and he's not there.
48.
And not only the criminal thing he's done there is not leave a finish. So Ryan Searle 164 with 6 darts. So let's see what he does with this last one. And it's genuine that he is asking the question there. He's not stalling anything.
124.
Very sensible. Maybe just that couple of seconds there made him realise not to be gung-ho. And he's left his favourite tops, a dart that when you stand behind him, you do not expect him to miss at all.
Tops for a 13 darter straight away. He pins it. I can tell you, by the way, the other semi-final is Joe Cullen against Dirk van Dijvenbode. That one is 2 apiece, and that looks to be a really high-quality contest over on the other streaming board. Yes. 107 of Cullen taking on 109 of van Dijvenbode.
Yeah, I've commented on the pair of them in the past hour, Dan, and I couldn't pick a winner in that game. They were both absolutely sensational. It's the first time I've seen Searle and Chizzy today. This is much better from Chizzy. He's never beaten, but you've got to think, Dan, 4-0 up really. If Ryan Searle just keeps it very, very simple.
41.
Yeah, I think he's conceded this leg. By far, Chisnell's best effort so far. And he himself gets one at tops, and the comeback has started. Yeah, this has been Ryan Searle's lowest average performance today by quite some distance. He's only averaging 93, but he still looks comfortable enough. 160 is a difficult one, but for a player like Ryan Searle, who does love tops, he would fancy his chances. It's not going to go on this occasion. So Chisnell perhaps for a break.
Will it stay? Well, options now. 2 tops maybe. There's one. Is this the moment? Is this the moment for Dave Chisnell?
Just wondering maybe whether he might decide to switch to the 18s or the 17s.
Yeah, sometimes you're not thinking right now. That's, you know, you practice so much. As soon as you see a number, you practice so much, and he'll think from 347 or 180 would have left the 167. But fair play to Ryan Searle. It was all of a sudden being against him, and he's doing exactly what he needs to, and he's going to be leaving his beloved tops again, which is he all the way back on 247.
Yeah, he didn't need to go for the champagne bull double 16 shot then. Chisnell is away behind. He's got 6 at tops now. Surely going to be only one outcome. Indeed it is, and Ryan Searle 1 leg away, sprinting to the finish. Searle leads the 180 count in potentially the last leg. Joe Cullen and Dirk van Dijvenbode looks like a cracker, both averaging virtually identical 98s. It's 5 apiece.
50 Sam.
Yeah, it's no surprise to me with the semi-finals can sometimes be a little bit more cagey because you do have that one eye on being in the final. Chizzy has... he's on the 164 there, but he's just gone either side.
66 scored.
98 left for Chisnell.
What a way to finish this would be.
86.
167. The second highest finish you can do in darts. Not this time.
Well, Searle smashed in a 161 in the opening leg against Mike Kijvenhoven last time out, and it set the tone really for his performance throughout. Tops required to prolong this contest.
58.
Do you fancy this, Dan? You look at the 19s. And it's 2 darts at 10s. And there it is, as easy as that for Ryan Searle. The fist pump tells you exactly what you need to know for Chizzy. He'll be looking back and thinking what was going on with all those bounce outs, because he had opportunities early doors.
Prowess. He's hit 30 coming into this final, including 9 in that semi.
16.
The record in a Players' Championship event is 35, so keep an eye on that. Held by Jose de Sousa.
95.
Well, bearing in mind we could be going to 15 legs. You can back on that to be broken. Dirk needs tops. And he's not happy with something. Don't know whether the flight needed screwing in a bit. Maybe a bit of background noise affecting him.
20.
Yeah, he's not happy at all. You can see him looking around. It is a strange scenario. We'll talk more about it in a moment, because Ryan Searle could have rubbed salt into the wound there. 5-5. Has it just got to Dirk van Dijvenbode a little too much? Whatever the annoyance was, again, he's pointing. Not happy at all. And Ryan Searle is thinking, I'll take advantage, pal. If it's affecting you, I won't let it affect me. And now the referee is going to deal with whatever it is. Dirk van Dijvenbode. And if you're Ryan Searle and you're keeping an eye on the expressions of your opponent, you must be thinking, you carry on, pal. You'll be upset I've got you. Or you might have got him following that 23 darter with a 10 dart leg.
180.
Double 10.
20.
He might lose a leg on tops after 9, but that 180, the first of many in this match for Dirk van Dijvenbode, there's another guarantee, has helped him get to a finish, and it's a finish he's taken out.
Yeah, and it's a response that Dirk needed. Dirk van Dijvenbode needed that, and now Ryan didn't quite yank the darts out as quickly as Dirk would like. That is one thing that I think at the moment is stopping Dirk from becoming a truly elite player. He's got all the talent in the world, but sometimes mentally, I think he can let things get the better of him. And he's a great front runner, but when he has to come from behind, there's almost a sense sometimes that he's resigned to defeats. He's had a few TV losses in particular that haven't reflected his true ability.
139.
Second leg in a row, we're on for a 10 darter, and this time it's pinned. So in the space of 3 legs, we've had a 23 darter and a 10 darter.
Dirk van Dijvenbode certainly was against Joe Cullen, and definitely was against Johnny Clayton earlier today, when DVD averaged 108, defying 104 average from his opponent.
140.
To win that 163.
Yeah, I watched Ryan's semi-final against Dave Chisner, and in fairness, as he looks for the bull for a 1-2-4 and pins it, lovely response.
Well, it's Dirk that's going berserk here, and Ryan Searle isn't really living up to it. This is a big chance
58.
for the Dutchman to get a breaker throw.
180 does put considerable pressure on Dirk, considering that it's a simple 14 tops for Searle. This will be a big break. Double 16, and he gets it.
If you do it often.
$96.
Tops for Searle.
25.
An uncharacteristic miss twice, and his favourite target. 1-8 though, he's no gimme. Oh, that's a shocker of a bounce out.
Well, it's some response to it. It was a very slow motion, delayed kind of comedy bounce out, that, wasn't it? Just wouldn't cling on.
Almost looked like CGI.
Can Ryan Searle can't take advantage, so no harm done.
You have to give full credit to Dirk, the fact that after that dart bounced out, whacked 2 in the treble 20, and that's another break of throw to go 6-2 up now. Things not clicking though in this final for him.
Things not clicking for me either, evidently. I just got to correct the record a little bit, because in fact the previous record was 34. So that maximum in the last leg from Dirk actually has broken the record already. You don't have to worry about it anymore, Dirk. Don't have to leave 162 so you can't win the leg and get another go in the next one.
81.
I hope Dan mentions it in the post-match interview, providing he wins.
100.
Yeah, it was something nice, and he has been the biggest 180 hitter over the last year or so. Dirk van Dijvenbode hits them more frequently than anybody else. To stay in it,
91.
and that could be that, the record breaker, looking to take the title. Double top to do so. Double 10, and Dirk van Dijvenbode completes a record-breaking day with victory, with the title, with the prize money. An 8-2 success against Ryan Searle, in which he hit the 5 180s he needed to break the record for the most in a Players' Championship tournament. 35 today for Dirk van Dijvenbode, 1 more than that of Jose de Sousa, but more importantly, an 8-2 success